What's up, y'all? The man Schmiggins actually called my future projects and updates. I'm actually looking down because there's written notes pertaining to the actual video. Yo, shout out to my mom, you know what I mean? She only got one more picture to do. After that, I'm actually gonna give it to the brother literally next month, which is March. Shout out to him also, you know what I mean? He actually gonna color the pictures. And we're gonna talk about, you know, how much money, he want me to pay him for the actual pictures. And then the next month was actually gonna be, in April, I'm actually gonna give him, like the other half of the pictures, and we're gonna talk about, like how much money he actually want me to pay him, for coloring these pictures. After that, then I'm wait like 2 months later. Then I'm gonna give my money to somebody else so he can make copies of my book, put it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, something like that. And I'm actually gonna have a lot of copies for myself so I can go and start selling it, something like that. I'm actually gonna sell it for $20. The book is called The Planet of the Blacks. If you actually watched the previous video, the book was actually originally was speaks about, university, African inventions and creation. It's supposed to speak about, yoga, chakras, a lot of, like practically that Africans, the Aborigines, each region in the world, and so on, But the book was originally supposed to be like over like practically $40,000, but since I didn't have the bread, I had to remove a lot of, like a lot of the chapters, a lot of the information, something like that. Now the information is about, African inventions and creation. You know what I mean? So we can have self-pride, self-dignity, self-confidence in who we are and what we invented, what we brought to the world, and that's why I put in a grade level of like middle school and lower, so anybody can pick up my book and read them. But also as well, art and history, because I love art, I love history. So it's gonna have art throughout the book. Also, along with that, that information, I'm explaining every single detail of what topic that I'm actually literally speaking about. That pretty what I do in all of my projects. It's like I'm doing your homework for you. You know what I mean? I'm answering your questions. You know what I mean? All of them. You know what I mean? So besides all of that, after that, that's one project I'm actually working on. You know what I mean? Besides that one, the other is an art history game book. Now, the game is already out. Now, I had a few people told me that this game won't sell, but it's probably like 2 people told me this game won't sell. But I still play the game to this day. I just want to put like an African face or African culture on it. Now, it has 15 pictures visually. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna speak about some of them. Right, one of them is actually about African steelmakers. About the first blacksmith was Africans, and I'm actually gonna give you the definition of the word blacksmith, and I'm also gonna speak about the blacksmith that's actually in East Africa. I'm gonna give you the name of the tribe, where they're located in Africa. Their brief history pertaining to who they are, calling the importance of like steel making. You know what I mean? And they was doing it 2,000 years ago before the Industrial Revolution. Hopefully I'm saying that word right. One thing I was supposed to include for the project was that I won't say the first gun, but I actually bumped into that the North Africans, which was the Moors, who actually invented the first firearm, which was fire sticks. Right? That's the name of it. This actual firearm. It's called fire sticks, and they introduced it or practically gave it to the Europeans, and they took it and they used it against them. Right? The problem that I have with that is that I don't have the material of what they made this fire stick or practically this gun of. I don't have the materials they make the gun of, including the gunpowder. Right? I don't have where they literally made it at, like the year period also. Like, did they made it in Europe? Did they made it in Africa? Like, they don't have that much information. And I was going to bring up which one really did it first. Was it China? Was it Africa? You know what I mean? And I was going to speak about, pertaining to just that topic. I have a lot of topics based on information like this. Now, I don't want to include into the actual project. It was supposed to be included to the project. I'm talking about the firearm, the Moors. I was supposed to include into it, but since I don't want to answer all of those questions, I'm not going to include into it. And a lot of my projects that I'm also working on is also like that. I found some information that I found like a lot of information on that topic, but it's not enough to literally put into a project or put into a book or put into a video or something like that. You know what I mean? So I actually postponed, put it on hold until I put into a project later. You know what I mean? Another project is the first and oldest university in the world. It actually traced to North Africa, right? I actually gave you the founder of it. You know what I mean? I actually gave you the name of the university, where it's located in Africa, the materials they used to build the university. I also gave you, like the books, like what the books is made out of. I cover every single question you can literally think of. That's what I do with all of my projects. You know what I mean? So that's what I literally actually did for that university. I also spoke about, including Jamaican and much more. So it's kind of funny. I had a conversation with a librarian, and I said, African universities is also museums and libraries. No, not libraries. I said museums and schools. And she was like, well, they do fit the description of a museum because of these universities has items on display that you can look at, right? They have items on display you can look at, and it kind of describe what that item is, right? She's gonna say, well, it do fits like a museum, but it didn't say that, sir. Like, since they did not say that it's a museum, she's not gonna say it's a museum, even though it fits the description. It's literally a museum without literally saying. It's like looking at a tiger. You know a tiger, but since the tiger didn't say I'm a tiger, you're not gonna call it a tiger. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what she was doing. And also this university, not just that one, but including others, they had where you can come to these universities and you can learn at the ages of, like, I think 13 and up. And they had it like just like a school, right? So, like, you know, the teachers in the middle and all the students around the teacher like a circle, just like that in these universities, right? So the model and concept of where they got that shit from, they got it from us. You know what I mean? The museums. I try to figure out what they borrowing books, like a library does, like what they, you know, borrowing books, bringing it back. You know, that what I, you know, trying to find right now, but I don't really include that to the actual project. So it's important, but I don't think it needs to be included into it. You know what I mean? I also have this something called LIBATIOM. It means, like, you know, like respect to the dead. You know what I mean? Like, we actually pour liquor for your homies. Like when one of your homies die. You know what I mean? You actually pour liquor for your homies. You know, like respecting the homies, or practically respecting the memory of your homie, right? So they also have it where trying to memorize. They actually have other liquids. You know, they actually pour, you know, milk, wine, water, you know, different other liquids, you know, to use, you know, to, you know, give respect to their, you know, their actual deceased. But they also was doing it for you know, various other reasons. And I also explained that in the actual project itself. They also was doing it for, besides the fact of the memory of who he was, but what he stood for and what he represented can also be a lesson, or practically what they can, you know, like his character and lessons of what he or she done. They can, like, literally, like if he says, yo, we need to build our own schools, shit like that, they can, like, yo, that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? So they was learning from the echoes of the past. They was learning from the past. You know what I mean? Because of, you know, without the past, there's no future. You know what I mean? So they was learning from the past so they can know what they can do for the future, right? So besides that, the left, right, also in the book. I got the name of it, I ain't gonna say it. And they said that, and this trace to ancient Kemet. So the reason why, because, you know, your heart is on the left-hand side. So since your heart is on this side, you know, of practically where your leg at, the reason why you walk forward with your left leg first, so you can trample evil, so your heart can walk forward. So you have to trample darkness or evil first, you know, with your foot, and so you can, like, you know, so you get to destroy it with your foot, so you can, you know, move forward with your heart. You know what I mean? That's where they came from. Ancient Greeks, you know, took it from us, and they started doing it, and then, you know, you can see it in their statues and shit, and then they gave it to, I think, Italy or Rome, and that's how they took it all the way to, you know, American society and shit, and that's where they took that from. The left, right, left. It's traced to us. And I have overwhelming more. I have 15 pictures, but I'm only gonna say just them. But it's way more than that. Another project, I'm also gonna speak about the Mexicans is indigenous to America. I actually made a video about it called The Mexicans is Indigenous to America. Just practically watch the actual video, you know what I'm talking about. Mexicans is actually Native Americans that Ben was living in America and shit, so I actually made that video. But I'm actually working on that one literally right now as well, because I'm actually multitasking. I'm practically, majority of the project I'm actually speaking of is practically like more than 70% done. You know what I mean? All of them. Some of them was like 85%, some of them was 95%, something like that. So I'm gonna make that project, which is called The Mexicans is Indigenous to America. Have another project called The Africans in Pre-America. This book speaks about, if you watch my video, The Africans in Pre-America, Part 1 and Part 2, I literally revealed that white people already knew that Africans already lived in America, especially West Africans. They found West African sculptures, art, writing, they found items that Native Americans had in their hands, and they figure out that they said, well, where these items traced to, they found that it's traced to West Africa. They found a lot of, I said that, including overwhelming more in the books I have. I even have, hold up. I don't know where is that shit. I have a notebook based on prints, based on the actual topic itself. I also revealed to you that, Like, trust me when I tell you this. Just watch the video, The Africans of Pre-America, Part 1, Part 2. I read 1,598 pages, and I have more books based on that topic of itself. And the books is these right here. I'm actually going to show you. This one. This is also new. This one. And this one. These 3 books. But the other ones, it was 17 books in total, and that's 1,598 pages. I actually but I actually literally said that Africans, especially West Africans, all living in America. Some of the Native Americans had afros, dreadlocks. Some of it was black as shit. That's why when you read about it in the like they was very dark skin complexion. And I revealed that, all of that. They even called Native Americans Africans, and they said that you could not tell the difference because they looked the same. You know, they even called the Native Americans niggers with the nigger. I mean, they called them that. And then when you read about it in the Oxford English Dictionary, it says it right there. You know what I mean? And when you read about 1828 definition of America, the Aborigines or the Americans was originally copper, you know what I mean, the same color as a penny, and the others colored, right? Which is, you know, they classify or call those individuals Africans and so on like that. So and that's explained further very depth into it. You know, they even called Native Americans Ethiopians. They overwhelming way much. When I get finished with that book, there's gonna be nobody on the planet gonna say anything even close to, well, I don't think they was in a, y'all gonna know they was here. You gonna know when you're here when I'm done, trust me. Trust me, because I was so fucking pissed. I'm gonna say I'm pissed, but I was like white people knew the whole entire time, and they just playing dumb. Like literally, they was saying it out of their mouth, like we knew the whole entire time Africans was living here, but we ain't gonna tell those niggers shit, because we know they don't read fucking books worth of shit. You know what I mean? That shit. The other book I'm actually working on, besides the previous ones, is I'm working on a project. It kind of speaks about there's no such thing as the Western civilization and culture. It does not exist. You know what I mean? And another hint I'm gonna say is, I shouldn't say it, but hopefully people don't really see what I'm up to with this one. Everything of the Western world traced to African descent and origin, all of it. All they did was just made it white. That's the only thing I can say. And it's gonna be an art history book. It's gonna have all depth details. Hopefully, you know, through the support through y'all, I'm gonna show y'all in pictures all over the place. It's gonna be pictures all over the place along with the information, and that's why I'm reading about the Moors history too. I have these books right here. I'm reading this Global African Presence. Came in today. I mean yesterday. My bad. This book came in. This book came in. I'm reading about this, The Stolen Legacy. I'm about to read about these. All these just came in. I did not read none of them yet. This one too. And I have more on the way. And this one as well. Right? So I have all these books I'm actually going to be reading literally real soon. I have more books based on the Moors. Now the thing about those books, but actually, you know, like skim through and look at them and stuff, they don't have no references and sources, so I'm real cautious about, like, you know, truly, you know what I'm saying, like literally reading those books. But the other is this. Besides all the other projects, because I don't want to get too deep in that, I really can't wait to release that one. So besides the Planet of Blacks, Untitled, you know, like art history game book, the Mexicans Indigenous to America, the Africans in Pre-America, the Untitled project about, you know, there's no such thing as Western civilization and culture. And I have information that I don't know what the fuck to do with it. Like, I have one information about ancient black civilization that's not in Africa. I don't know what to do with it. I got the name of it. I got a lot of information on it. Like, ancient black civilizations, I'm talking about African civilizations that's not even in Africa. And I have a lot of information based on them. I still need help with them though, but and like I'm gonna do a little bit more further research on them. But I got them. Shout out to Atlanta Black Star. Yo, shout out to y'all. I learned a lot from your page. I have the condom. I have chakra and yoga. I have the Olympics. Olympics originated in Africa. I have all boarding games, like boarding games we put in there, you know, chess, monopoly, and all that shit. Trace to Africa. It's ridiculous. Also, this the rising what's this called? The raised fist. Trace to ancient Kemet, including overwhelming. I'm looking at the notes right now, but I don't know, because all of the this is 2 pages based, 2 pages, like front and back, because I don't know what to do with them, because they do not fit with none of the other projects. They don't fit with none of the other projects that I actually spoke about earlier. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to do with them. I'm still going to put them in a project. I may put them all together or something like that, but I don't know what to do with them. You know what I mean? So, and you already know how I'm gonna do. I'm explaining the details, all of that. You know what I mean? But and I was planning on making videos too. Like, you know, making just videos and make the pictures move through the screen, stuff like that. I was planning on doing them too. And one thing I always want to do out of all of this is create my own comic book. But I'm going to have to put that on hold. I'm not much worrying about that. I'm really worrying about making these projects first. You know what I mean? So I got about to say about that, y'all. Shout out to every each one of y'all who supports me. Shout out to every each one of y'all who, you know, communicate with me, give me love. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to like to sound emotional and shit. I want to sound gay and shit. But thank every each one of you niggas. You know what I mean? Like, thank every each one of y'all for giving me love, for giving me support, for giving me, you know what I mean? Like, it truly do mean a lot, for real. You know what I mean? I don't like to sound emotional and shit, but it really do mean a lot. Thank y'all, man. Peace.